get in his bag. We talked about this last week, Mark.
Brother, he can't shoot. He can't shoot.
Hunter, you got to tell
he can shoot. I mean, he touched his shot.
Yeah.
We talked about this last week, Marcus. He can't get in his bag. He can't dribble.
Ooh.
We talked about this last week. That Giannis can't get in his bag.
He just dropped it. No. We're not about to start this. We're not about to start this.
Say last week he had a fanny pack. That was it.
This man averaged 32 points in the finals. He dropped 40 back to back in the finals.
When we're saying bag, I'm saying somebody that as soon as they step out, like past half court, they can literally go through each progression on the court and be able to get a bucket. That is considered a bag. Now, I'm not saying that Giannis doesn't have a bag. We're not saying that. We're saying that if you want to take KD's bag and you want to take Giannis's bag, KD has a bigger bag because as soon as KD steps past half court, he's a problem.
But as soon as he behind the back, pull up. He can't.
The only thing Giannis does not have consistently is a jump shot. If he can develop a jump shot, good luck stopping him.
Giannis is more deadly. Giannis is more deadly
have a
inside.
Perimeter jump shot.
Giannis is more deadly inside. KD is more deadly outside.
Yes,
that's their play style though. Like we can't.
It's different.
Yeah, we can't really say that KD is more like. It's not like Giannis goes out and try to do and snatch back. Like he trying all this pull up jumper. He know what he can do. In and out. I'm gonna go by you. In and out spin move. KD don't play with you.
Did you do 2 in and outs? Giannis is doing one crossover. And
Giannis is going to the bucket. Kevin Durant is not an aggressive scorer like how Giannis is.
KD going to toy with you. Hezzy left, Hezzy right, pull up. Like you know that's how
KD's more of a bucket.
You got to look at aggression in a different way. KD is a aggression where, kind of look at it from an AI perspective. AI was like heavy on crossovers, but that was his form of aggression. Giannis and Russell Westbrook are two of the same people. They're going to put their head down and bulldoze you over. But if you got guys like Kyrie, Dame, Steph, AI back in the day, KD, they're going to sauce you up, but that's their form of aggression.
But they can play side to side and still score. Like KD can go side to side and still get a bucket. He don't have to necessarily always go to the cup.
That's a good point.
I mean, they've shown that Giannis can take 3 steps on the other side of half court and make a layup.
But to Jalen's point, like I say personally, 2 to 4 more years, bro. Giannis jump shot get more consistent. He will be better.
He'll be just like how LeBron James grew up in the league. He did not have a jump shot coming into the league versus him having a mid range. He had to develop that. When he got to Miami, that was when everything was complete for him.
So you're saying that Giannis needs to leave the Bucks?
No.
What'd you say, Chris?
I said you saying that Giannis needs to leave the Bucks in order to develop his
That's
jump
not
shot?
what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that his approach has to improve. It has to go another level.
Right.
Yes, you want a ring, but we know that teams are gonna gun for you. So you have to develop your skills. You have to develop your skills.
Say that one more time.
Say that one more time. He did it. He did it. That's the hardest way to win a championship. Well, what Giannis just showed us.
So
he literally took nothing and won a championship.
Was it the hardest way? Everybody was injured. Every single team had star players out.
But Giannis didn't go.
But you can't blame that on him. You can't blame that on him because he had a short offseason.
They didn't have to play the Lakers in the finals. They didn't have to play the Clippers.
That's not Milwaukee's fault. They didn't have to play a healthy
Golden State.
Yeah, that's not their fault. That's not Milwaukee's fault.
No, that's not their fault. But you say they did it the hard way. They had to play the Phoenix Suns, who had a great season.
Because they were healthy.
Phoenix had a great season, but they crippled their way into the playoffs. They played that crippled playoffs, though.
They didn't.
Both teams. Let's say because Giannis. Last time I checked, Giannis got drafted to Milwaukee. So did Chris Middleton. So it's not like Giannis left to go. Like he said it in after Game 6. He said it. He said, "Bro, I could have left and went to Let me not put nobody on the spot. He said it. He could have left, joined a better team with actual superstars that was better than him. And he could have got a ring, but he stayed where he was at.
He technically did it first before Dame. He did what Dame was supposed to do before Dame.
Dame helped in Dame.
Dame's fault, though.
All right, let's go. Let's start. Y'all ready? Let's get to it, y'all. Right.
Hey, we lit, man.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ski.
I'm just gonna go right to the chase. All right. What's up, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of Game Changers versus Out of Time Production, Part 3. I'm your host and founder, Jalen Tart. Along with me is my crew, Chaz, Xavier, and Joe. Chris, if you want to introduce your podcast, tell them what y'all doing.
So we are introducing Out of Time with my co-host Marcus. Tariq sadly couldn't be with us. He might be hopping on later on. And we also have our special guest Hunter as well.
What's up, boss?
What's up? Glad everybody can join in. Y'all sit back, relax, and let's jump right into it. So a lot of NFL moves has been made, especially for the quarterbacks. The training camp has started. A lot of questions, a lot of answers has been fulfilled. So we're just gonna jump right into it. So anybody can jump in and answer this. So which veteran quarterback this season will have the best season with their new team? So you have Carson Wentz, Teddy Bridgewater, Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Sam Darnold.
Matt Stafford.
6.
Don't have me.
Who will have the best team? Who had the best season?
Matt Stafford. Don't have me.
Yeah,
you started
that.
All right. Reason I say Matt Stafford because he's finally on the team. He's finally out of Detroit, and he's going to do what he do in LA. You got Cooper Kupp. You got Cam Akers who had a crazy season last year.
Cam Akers hurt.
And Cam Akers hurt. Oh crap!
Yeah,
I forgot
he's out for the year.
Cam Akers off.
I still think Matt Stafford's going to have a great season in LA, and then you got a defense with LA as well. So, and you have a veteran quarterback in him, so he's going to do what it do in Los Angeles. Second to that, I'll say Ryan Fitz if he doesn't get his spot taken.
I say Matthew Stafford because of the way he started that with the wide receivers with Cooper Kupp. At least Cooper Kupp, but you look at what he did in Detroit. He had several 400-yard games. He had, I think, a couple 500-yard passing games. And, yes, he's had a couple big-time wide receivers throw to, but I don't think he's had an offensive line the way that the Rams have. I don't think he's been able to be the player that he wanted to be in the league. And I feel like the Rams has now put him in a position to where he can be the player that we've all seen him be in Detroit with all of these huge passing numbers.
Yeah, Hunter, I got to agree with you because when you look at it, he's literally upgrading every single facet of the franchise. When you look at from Detroit to LA, everything is better across the board, and he's an upgrade from Jared Goff. And when you go to the Super Bowl with Jared Goff, I've always said that Matthew Stafford's talent is on par with Mahomes and Rodgers, so there is no reason they shouldn't make a Super Bowl run. I think there's a lot of pressure, but no, I'm serious. They should be. No. They should make if you make a Super Bowl run with Jared Goff and then you add one of the most talented quarterbacks in the league, there's no reason you shouldn't be one of the best teams in the league. So the pressure is on him, but all he has to do is play like he's played his whole career. And they're upgraded from when they had Jared Goff.
Yeah, I agree. It got to be Matthew Stafford. Like everybody was saying, better O-line, better wide receiving core in Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp, and a decent O-line and one of the best defense in the whole darn league. I mean, why can't what Chad said, why can't they, be a team for a Super Bowl contender? Like Hunter said, when he was in Detroit with just like one good guy to throw to, he was still passing it for about 400 to 500 yards, which is incredible, with no basically with no O-line. So now he got like an upgraded team, and now he can just, ball out and then, make a Super Bowl push. Although, in my opinion, I still think that the 49ers are still, the best in that division when healthy. But, I mean, anybody in that division can make the playoffs since that's the best division in football right now. So, yeah, Matthew Stafford. No question about it.
So I'm going to add on to that. The only way the 49ers could make the Super Bowl is if Jimmy Garoppolo is the quarterback. That's the only way they're going to make it.
I disagree with that.
Wait.
I disagree.
Because I say that because he's a veteran and he has experience.
That man threw.
That's the only reason why I say that.
That man threw.
He's been behind Tom Brady though.
And he's been to a Super Bowl.
But he's been to a Super Bowl without Tom Brady.
He's been there.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
He's been to the Super Bowl without Tom Brady.
He went to a Super Bowl without Tom Brady. But how did they beat Green Bay in that playoff run?
That's one game though. You gotta look at it. Literally every time Jimmy G's not on the field, the 49ers are garbage. And then every time he plays, he 24-8 as a starter. If the 49ers are that loaded and that good, then why do they suck every single time Jimmy G's not on the field?
So
they haven't had a backup quarterback. They have one. They have their Lord and Savior Trey Lance that is going to come in and save them.
We don't know how Trey Lance is going to play.
Quarterback.
We don't know how Trey Lance is going to play this year.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. That's
all that pressure on Trey Lance. Like, no, you can't put pressure on Trey Lance. Just say they have a backup quarterback who hasn't even played a single snap yet in the NFL. So you can't really say, okay, they have a backup quarterback, which we don't know how he will perform yet.
It's kind of like it all depends upon Jimmy G. That's really what I'm trying to say. It all depends upon Jimmy G.
Hot take: Trey Lance was the second best quarterback in the draft.
Who you got at number 1, Hunter?
Trevor.
Oh,
no.
You want to talk about quarterbacks at San Francisco? I just gave you mine. Second best quarterback in the draft.
My turn.
Okay, wait. Let's settle down. Let's settle down. Okay. I want to say my point. I just want to say my take real quick. So I'm gonna go down the line. Carson Wentz. Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm just going.
Somebody
Carson Wentz is going from a toxic situation in Philadelphia to a team where he has his teacher or sensei, in Frank Reich. You're going to a team with one of the most elite defenses in the AFC, led by Darius Leonard and DeForest Buckner. You have a very, very elite offensive line with Quentin Nelson, with a 3-headed monster running back of Nakeem Hines, Marlon Mack, and Jonathan Taylor. The only thing I will say with Wentz is the receiving core. The receiving core is not really that strong, led by T.Y. Hilton and Michael Pittman Jr., but they have a chance of making the AFC title game or possible Super Bowl contenders. I think with Wentz, but you got to think about it. Wentz didn't have an offensive line in Philadelphia. And on top of
it, what?
You didn't have.
I can agree with that. The only person that was blocking was Jason Kelce.
So my thing is this: the Colts finished 11-5 last year. I think they will win another game, a game and a half, and finish 12-4 this year. Matthew Stafford.
So they got an extra game this year. They got a 17-game season this year.
So 12-5.
12-4.
I
do not think Tennessee.
They're playing 17 games this year.
I don't think Tennessee is winning the division this year. As much as people are hyping it up, I don't think Tennessee is going to win it.
Now that I think about it,
they're going to win it. They don't have a defense. You have to have a defense.
Evans.
I agree, but still, this generation of football is mainly about offense now, and
I personally think that Carson Wentz will help improve this offense. I just think he would. Go ahead, Chris.
So here's my issue with Carson Wentz. You brought up some good points and some good feedback. But the problem with Carson Wentz is self-destructive. So he has a tendency to throw the game. If you literally watching in games, it literally looked like somebody paid him off. So it's like, I get the whole, he has a great coach, he has a great offensive line, he has this, that, and the third. But he had those similar things in Philadelphia. Maybe right after the Super Bowl run, maybe like a year and a half after. But after that point, that's when the whole team started to get bad. But I personally just think Carson Wentz himself is just a very self-destructive quarterback. So
I just think he'll get over that hump. at Indy. I think Indy is the right. Indy to him is a clean slate for him to start over, and I think he'll have a fresh start.
But honestly, Jalen, it's really not, because like you said, they just finished off 11-5 season without him. So now him coming in, it's like, all right, bro, you got to do better than 11-5.
And they did it with Phillip and Rivers too. So
that's what I'm saying. So now it's like, Carson, now you got to either go 12-4 and get us to the title game, or you got to get us all the way to the promised land. Like, there's no 8-8, 9, or 10-7. No, like there's no nothing.
All the pressure. I do agree with that. As a Colts fan, I know that all the pressure is on Carson Wentz.
So yeah, because it's like now you got to get y'all better than 11-5. Like now,
so I'm gonna make this quick. Matthew Stafford, the biggest all-around upgrade for him, the biggest scenario for him to go to a terrible, mediocre team of Detroit going to the LA Rams. Automatic Super Bowl contender. Automatic. My only thing is you lost one of your best running backs. One of your best running backs. Jared Goff, his career is going to get worse. Here's the thing, though. Anthony Lynn from the Chargers is their new OC. How will he do in Detroit? That's my only thing. Look what he did with Justin Herbert. Could he do the same thing with Jared Goff with a mediocre team?
Way more talented.
Yeah, Jared Goff.
Right, I understand. Right, I understand that, but you got to look at what Anthony Lynn did with him. You know, with him getting fired. But look what he did in the yes, with Herbert. He could possibly.
Herbert was young on the mind, so he didn't have no kind of, this is how I think I'm gonna do. Jared Goff is gonna be like, bro, like I've been in the league for so long, like I think I know. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's gonna be a contusion. Like they just gonna bump. I don't think that's gonna be horrible.
Jared Goff hit a down.
Horrible. Goff hit a down. Dan Campbell is only gonna last there for 2 years. He's only gonna be there for 2 years. Dan Campbell is the new head coach, by the way, for those that do not know. Teddy Bridgewater. This is hard.
That's just.
I possibly see him starting over Drew Lock.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I see him starting over Drew Lock because a lot of people saying that Drew Lock is better. No. Drew, I think he'll do fine. He'll do fine. Yeah. Sam Darnold. This is the interesting one. This is the very interesting one.
It's going to be
Matt Rule will be his best coach ever.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Rule will be his best coach ever. I think he will improve the young wide receiver core and the young offense. And I think J.C. Horn will have a significant impact on the Panther defense.
Yes,
sir. They will be solid. I think they will be a solid team next year to watch.
I don't think Matt Rule has
sleepers for real now. They're sleepers for real.
He gets Darnold is a sleeper. That is a sleeper out of all.
Not winning the division.
That's the best too.
Of course, not winning the division, but they have like chance to go to the playoffs.
Oh, definitely.
They might. Yeah, y'all might have the Panthers might have a chance to go to the wild card, but
I don't know.
You guys.
Well, honestly,
I don't know.
I don't believe
they had a rebuilder stage.
New Orleans, and you got
not really, Xavier. Not really though. What?
Just slightly.
But I'm saying how much of it? Like where at though?
Not much.
I'm saying you ain't got nothing new except for a new starting corner. All your offense is the same except your quarterback.
You just gotta keep McCaffrey. You gotta keep them healthy.
You got McCaffrey. You got your receivers. You got your line. You brought in Sam Darnold.
Hey, Chris.
Well, you did lose Samuel. So
you go to Samuel to go to.
Our process.
I did miss one. Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I think Ryan Fitzpatrick, a veteran experience, will help the team offensively because they already have what they have on the defensive side. I think it will help the team with experience on the offensive side of the ball.
Y'all know I'm a Giants fan, but to be honest, as I said earlier, all Ryan Fitzpatrick had to do is be consistent. If Ryan Fitzpatrick be consistent, then I think the Washington football team is going to win the division.
Oh yeah, good. He just has to play pretty good, and
like he don't have to play like great, but he just have to be consistent and he have to play, decent. And if he does that, the Washington football team.
The only thing I would say is that how did the Cleveland Guardians come up with a name before the Washington football team? That makes no sense to me.
The Cleveland Guardians. Hey, I like that.
No sense to me.
Announce it like
that's a great question.
Year, a couple months or something. I don't know.
Marcus, you want to go or you want me to go? Which one?
I have a quick comment. I'll beat you to it, Chris.
Go ahead.
So back to the comment that Matt Rule will be the best coach that Sam Darnold's ever had. I don't agree with that. Matt Rule is a great coach, and if you're talking head coach, I'll give you that. But the best coach that Sam Darnold's ever gonna have is Joe Brady. Joe Brady turned Joe Burrow into what he is today, and without Joe Brady, Joe Burrow is at home in his parents' basement, sitting on the couch. Without Joe Brady, Joe Burrow doesn't get the exposure. Joe Burrow doesn't get to play with Jamar Chase, doesn't get to play with Justin Jefferson. Without Joe Brady, that offense doesn't hum at LSU the way that it did.
But he only played under Joe Brady for one season, right?
But that's fine. That one season got him into the NFL. So the season before he played 2 seasons at LSU. The first season at LSU, he didn't play that great.
Start, yeah, he wasn't even in the rotate.
But I'm speaking in terms of Sam Darnold being in the NFL with only 2 teams. I knew what he was saying. Yeah. He wasn't coached well enough in New York.
Sure. Yeah, and I agree with that. But I'm saying Joe Brady is going to be his best friend, not Matt Rule.
Right.
Play calling is going to make all of the difference for Sam Darnold, not head coaching.
I agree.
Marcus, you want to go ahead or you want me to go?
Now you go ahead. Take it away.
So I'm gonna go through at least my 2. I say, of course, Matt Stafford, just because that is overall a more well put together team aside from Cam Akers being out. I'm gonna say Sam D, and I'm gonna try to take my bias out of it. But if you look at the overall, just from top to bottom, what he has on his arsenal, honestly, I'm just go on the offensive side. That man can literally put the ball in anybody's hands, and it's a problem. So it's like, for me, when I look at what Matthew Stafford, as far as top to bottom, who he has to throw to, okay, you got Roger Woods, Cooper Kupp, I forgot the backup running back.
Sean Jackson.
Yeah, thank you. So, and you look at the Panthers. Okay, you got DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Terrence Marshall, Shi Smith. I mean, it's a lot of young guys. It's literally kind of going back. So what we brought up in our last episode on Out of Town, you got athleticism versus experience. So it's like, in that case, I'm going to go with experience. That's why I put Matt over Sam. But I personally think, both of those guys will have the better seasons out of all the newer quarterbacks.
Totally agree. And Matthew Stafford, that's an obvious one just because of what we see him do in Detroit with Megatron.
Man, I don't. Okay, I'm just gonna put it. I see where y'all coming from with Matthew Stafford.
Yeah,
but y'all gotta have some. Y'all listen. I hate to be biased. I'm not.
Bro, listen, Jalen.
Go ahead.
We're not. I'm not. What? Carson Wentz is not doing nothing for y'all. Let's put that out there. Don't even try to. We got to give him kind of respect.
It's recorded. This is recorded now. I want y'all to remember this. This is recorded. Go ahead, Mark.
Nobody cares, Carson Wentz. That's cool. Great. I'm happy that you believe your Colts will be better than 11-5. But Matthew Stafford has, like, we seen him go in battle with Megatron, and that was it in like tough games and almost get out. So now with a better just head coaching, just coaches, period, defense, offense, just a better team. Yeah, just like Chad said earlier, going from Detroit to LA is like literally like living in the projects of Detroit and then going to live in like Beverly Hills. Like you're gonna be like, whoa.
I was gonna say, what part of LA?
You see me. I'm confident like that,
I agree with the move being what it is. I like that. I think overall that him going to LA is the best move of his career.
For sure.
I understand that. But in regards to, I'm thinking of it as how are they going to perform? You know, you have to be healthy. You have to be
great. But look though, but he didn't have worse and perform. So I feel like even though he doesn't have Cam Akers, which that will be a big piece missing, but you still have receivers that's good enough, or if not, like somewhere in the top kind of receivers that can put on the show with a good quarterback. Now you got a guy that can get it to you. Robert Woods, he made his name for himself. Cooper Kupp made a name for himself. So it's like they're good players. They just needed a better quarterback. And now that you got that, who's been in the league for a long period of time, that then been in battles. Yeah, he hasn't been to a Super Bowl or no big important games, but he's a big important player. He was just on a trash team. So it's like,
and they're playing each other week 2 of this year. So we will really get to see.
He's going to dog them.
Yeah, we really get to see. They're playing at Indy. So it's like we really get to see what these two teams are made of the second week of their new team. So we don't know. Go ahead, Joe.
Oh, I was just saying that I disagree. I really think Carson Wentz will be fine in Indy. I just think in parts of Carson Wentz's last couple of seasons in Philadelphia, I mean, it was basically toxic at the time. I just think this new move and this new fresh start for Carson Wentz, he'll be just fine.
So Joe,
before in their Super Bowl run, before Carson Wentz got hurt, he was still putting up, some great numbers with just the wide receiver one being Alshon Jeffrey. So,
this a Super Bowl run you talking about?
Yeah, the Super Bowl run.
Okay.
In 2017.
That was probably his best couple of games of his whole Philadelphia career.
Ever since the injury, it's just the fact that ever since the injury happened, he's been on a downward slope.
But okay, so when the reports came out of Carson Wentz ignoring play calls, calling his own kind of plays, do you think that in Indiana that it's going to be do you think he's going to have a second thought like, nah, we're calling this? You know what I'm saying? Just because he's going to be like, hey, I done been to a Super Bowl, I'd have got me a ring. I feel like I'm
going to be like that because
Nick Foles.
And then on top of that, Frank Wright has a portion of calling the plays for Indy, and he's already used to that. I guess he didn't like the play calling in Philadelphia, or I don't know what it was. He was just unhappy.
But at the end of the day, Doug.
Go ahead.
At the end of the day, Doug Peterson was the coach for the Eagles at the time, and Doug Peterson. We've all seen the footage from that Super Bowl. He doesn't. It's on the balls on the 1 yard line, 2 yard line, whatever it was, and he didn't know he wanted it to go for it. He didn't know if he wanted to go for it. And Nick Foles came to the bench and said, Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Nick called that play. He didn't call it. He called it back to the offensive coordinator in his headset, and then they were like, all right, yeah, cool, let's run it. They didn't know what to run. They didn't know he didn't know what to they were undecided, but the ball was in Nick Foles' hands and they gave it to him.
Mm-hmm.
I think if Sam Darnold's not Sam Darnold. Carson Wentz is a quarterback, I think they run the exact same play. Don't get me wrong, but I don't see I did it again. I don't see Carson being the quarterback to go to the sideline and say, Philly, let's go.
No, Carson's not that guy. He's not going to he's not going to come to the coaches and be like,
not even close.
Coach, it's 4th and 5. We got to at least 3 points. Let's run this out route.
They're not the organization where Matt LaFleur takes the ball out of Aaron Rodgers' hands and kicks a field goal. They're not going to do that.
Yeah,
they're not going to do that.
Well, it's not like
that's situational. I was just saying, just a little, just not to win a game, but just necessarily let's get some points before the half or something. You know what I'm saying? Just a little.
Carson Wentz's confidence is not like that. It's not like Lamar Jackson. Whenever Coach Harbaugh was telling, it was like 4th and 2 against Seattle. It was like, you want to go for it? And he was like, hell yeah, let's go for it. And then, boom, what you got? A touchdown off of it. His Carson Wentz's confidence is not that high yet. Possible.
I mean, it could. I don't want to shoot Carson Wentz in the foot, but he shot himself in the foot because he'll play good and then he'll turn it around and play horrible. But hopefully for Jalen's sake, this is his team. I hope when he gets to Indiana, it's a new there's no kind of Philadelphia thinking like there's nothing kind of that like he's going in there like a rookie, hopefully. So
Yeah.
Sam
Well,
Darnold.
all eyes will be on the defense. I'm just gonna let you. It's going to be on the defense because Darius Leonard is signing a $17.5 million contract for 4 years.
Honestly, the odds is on Carson Wentz first because we know what your defense is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know that's solid. Carson Wentz coming in now.
Everybody answered the question.
But Phillip Rivers, then Carson Wentz.
We'll go ahead and move on to the next topic. So, topic number 2, Space Jams 1 and 2, MJ versus LeBron. I know Hunter said on our podcast with Out of Town he wanted to talk about it, and I kind of did too. So, Hunter, I'll actually let you start off. What are some of your takes of both movies, really?
I love the new one. I thought it was awesome. I love the play through the different worlds of Warner Brother. And I love the basketball references all throughout the movie. That made the movie for me as a sports fan. You know, you had he threw the chair out on the court like Bobby Knight, dunked on him, did the Vince Carter, it's over. At the end of the game, Daffy Duck's running around like Jimmy V. Somebody give me a hug. Somebody give me a hug. Then you had LeBron trying to pick a super team on a whiteboard and like that. All the references about going back to Miami and going back to Cleveland and being on the Lakers, all of those references that made the movie for me. That it was those comments were comedy to me. Those made me chuckle and giggle like throughout the movie. And a lot of, in my opinion, and I know I'm gonna get heat for this, I think it's a top 10 sports movie. And
I wouldn't be upset if you said that.
I mean, I would have to think of other none.
This year, yeah.
There are
obviously the first one was good, and a lot of people have said LeBron's acting was terrible. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, it was
100% agree with that. But if you watch MJ wasn't winning an Oscar either. But I think MJ's acting was better. But the movie itself, give me number 2 because they kind of let the Looney Tunes do their thing and tell their story, and Bron was in the background. And the other one, it was, we need MJ. We have to have MJ. We have to do this. We have to do that. Bron got thrown into the Looney Tunes world and said, all right, this is what you got to deal with.
Right.
So, in my opinion, I think 2's just a little bit more entertaining, but I still think 1 was a great movie in itself.
I would say this. I personally think 2 and 1. I think it's kind of going off what Hunter said. It's here, then 2 is here. Then, I'm sorry, 2 is here, and 1 is right there below it. I think the problem is that people look at LeBron's acting and then they just completely shot the movie. And I'm like, you got to look at it bigger than that. It's bigger than, because LeBron can't act to save his life, Jesus Christ. But nonetheless, I think the overall message behind the movie, there was a lot of messages in the movie. Obviously, the main one is you don't have to do what everybody else does. You stay in your own lane. You do what makes you happy. That's the main message. MJ, I'll be honest, y'all, I didn't get no message from that. All I got was just MJ. And I think too, you got to look at the time period. That movie came out in 97. So this is, I wouldn't say the peak of, I guess you could say that's the peak of MJ's career. I think everything surrounding basketball was, okay, me. And I'm going to try not to go on a tangent about MJ. But nonetheless, I just think LeBron's version was just overall better, in my personal opinion.
To piggyback off of what Hunter and Chris said, the movie incorporated a lot of pop culture nostalgia into the movie. Stuff that we watched growing up, King Kong, the robot movie,
Iron Giant.
Yeah, Iron Giant. So it was the fact that I like how they incorporated all of the stuff from the past and showed how technology has advanced to what it is right now. Because a lot of kids now, they like playing video games. So I like how they incorporated an old school Game Boy and advanced it to like how technology is now. Going to sports, it was really interesting to see how they incorporated the super team, all the 100 said. It's just the message in general. Doing you, because that does play a big factor, not just for sports, but just in life in general. And that's really all I took from it.
Anybody else? Anybody else had anything?
I didn't watch it, but that's crazy y'all say that, because everything I read like online, like all the reviews and pretty much like everything about it, everyone was saying that it was horrible and that it was all about LeBron and that it wasn't good. So I'm surprised y'all are saying that, because literally I was scrolling and I was reading up about the movie, but yeah, everyone was saying it was horrible.
What did they rate online?
Go ahead.
It's a 4.4 on IMDb out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes was like 28%, and then there was another like movie critic site that gave it like a 37%. They were like saying the exact opposite of everything y'all said. Which, I mean, I'm not like trying to say one is right or the other. I'm just saying what I heard was that.
So here's the issue I have with that. I think when you look at movie critics, they're looking at it and really critiquing it off of like a legit movie. This is not a legit movie.
Well,
this
no,
is
like
something.
Fans too, like both, like fans and critics. So like people like us and like people like that.
I think everybody's perspective is different. Everybody's perspective of the movie is
everybody does different opinion.
Right.
I think a lot of people who are saying it's bad are just LeBron haters. Like you're just trying to find another excuse not to like. Well, not you trying to find another excuse not to like LeBron. So it's like, he look what he done did now. Now he can't act. Oh, he can't play basketball. Now he can't act either. What else can he do? So I'm like, because I saw the reviews too. After I watched it, I went back and not only watched the first one. No, I went back and watched the first one. Then I read the reviews on both, and I think personally, the overall game of both of them was pretty dope. I think the reviews for the first one was obviously MJ can't act. And then the second one was obviously LeBron can't act. So both athletes can't act, period. My thing was MJ, because he was so above everybody, he thought he was so above everybody, he didn't have to put the work in to really act like that. LeBron's case is he does too much. He overdoes stuff a little bit too much. So he felt like he had to act a little bit extra. Like the beginning scene when the youngest son did a move, and he kind of just walked on the court like, what was that? And I'm like, what was that? LeBron, you could have did that so differently. But yeah.
But I will say the way the movie played out, given takes back to the first movie, the way the Monstars got their power in the first movie is 10 times better than how they got it in this movie. That was
they already had it in this movie.
Yeah,
they didn't even go that route. It was,
but if you're gonna have AD, Klay Thompson, Diana Taurasi, Damian Lillard, if you're gonna have these players, don't just create them in a video game and have powers and they're big and bad and monstrous and they're good and everything.
That's the thing.
Give me what you got in the first one. That was pretty funny.
This is the other thing too. They weren't even in the movie. They were casted by different people that looked exactly like them.
Yeah.
So
Dame and AD were in the movie for 10 seconds.
If you look up the behind the scenes movie of you will see that that's not AD on the court,
bro. At the showing for it, they had I think it was on, I don't want to lie, I forgot what social media site, but it was AD's twin, Dame, Klay, Diana. They all like in there like in regular clothes, but I'm like,
yes,
wait, is he?
Mm-hmm.
Is that?
That's crazy.
Oh,
yeah.
It was
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I did not know that. That's crazy.
But I didn't get to see the second one. But from our last show on Out of Time, I knew that LeBron was going to give more than just this basketball message or than what Michael Jordan gave. So without me seeing it, I kind of knew like it would be some kind of him showing time going by, like, because LeBron's just he's more mental with a lot of things. With this was more mentally like, okay, We're gonna put this scene for that. We're gonna put how the games came along, how I went from here to here. We're gonna show people this, that, and the third. So with the Monstars not being in the movie and not getting their powers, like how Charles Barkley and them was all walking weird and stuff, I feel like LeBron was just doing a little too much to where he low-key forgot about that part. He was like, don't worry about it. We'll just throw them in at the end and we'll just rock out.
And that's really what they did. And that's really what they did. Like when they won the game, they literally showed the Monstars on the sideline. I'm like, aren't y'all supposed to be the stars in the movie? Like, I don't know. I don't know.
But nah, I still want to get a chance to watch it just because like I know it's not LeBron. Oh, this Denzel Washington in Space Jam 2. Like I know it's not about to be that. Right? So, yeah, I know it's
basketball in Pelican Bay.
That's what I'm saying. 24-hour lockdown. Like I'm not about to go in there and be like, "Oh, LeBron's an actor. Like let's watch him." I'm gonna go in there and just like watch it for what it is. Like just to see him show up like messages throughout the movie. Michael Jordan, and I think the times was just different. Like what was that? 1997 when Space Jam came out, and
1997, yeah.
In 2021. So I just feel like it's a lot more things that happened throughout, even though if it was flipped, Michael Jordan still would have probably made it the same way. Like he wouldn't try to put him retiring or him going to play baseball or all this other stuff. He wouldn't do none of that in the movie.
All right.
But I just feel like it was just a time different. And I'm glad LeBron is the one who made the movie other than like any other like basketball player that tried to do it. I'm glad it was LeBron who was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it.
The only thing I would say for those that did watch the movie, they should have had Kevin Harlan and Reggie Miller instead of Ernie Johnson and Lil Rel.
And EJ,
I like that.
But I did understand the comedic side to that. I understood that part.
Right.
But if they was a real basketball game, at least have some real announcers that have done it. Yeah. That's all.
I feel what you're saying.
That's all I gotta say. But
I do have a question. So since the movie has come out, there's been a lot of rumors going around about a third, but a sequel to this Space Jam that just came out, and it not being called Space Jam anymore. It's going to be called Space something. Whatever sport they decide to do, but they want to try to venture out to do another sport. Some of the rumors I've seen have been going wrestling and getting Dwayne Johnson, or going an Olympic route and having an Olympic Games and having several different Olympic athletes: Michael Phelps, Simone Biles.
Michael Phelps.
I agree. For basketball, some stuff just needs to stay.
I agree with you guys in that. I agree. It's a great basketball movie. I agree with that 100%. Don't ruin what you already have. But I think it would be comical to see Dwayne Johnson with the Looney Tunes. I think it would be comical.
5,000 movies.
Whoa.
I don't care, but I think it would be comical to see
Road
Warner out there running against Usain Bolt or Tasmanian Devil doing flips.
I don't know if y'all follow wrestling, but like not Dwayne Johnson, not John Cena. I would say Roman Reigns.
Okay.
But Dwayne has a personality.
He's a marquee person of WWE.
Or what was the there was three of them. Roman Reigns,
Seth Rollins, but Dean's gone. Dean is gone.
We ain't gotta worry about him. Just them two. Just Seth and Roman. They really could.
But or you could do Roman and Becky Lynch.
I don't know Becky.
One male and one. See, y'all don't follow.
Yeah, Becky
with the good hair.
Let's just Let's
hold on. So Hunter, so quick. You said the transition. All right, it started basketball. LeBron made basketball. What other transition could you see it going to and it actually worked?
I think, and like I said, just for comical reasons, I think Dwayne Johnson would be really funny because I think some way, somehow or another, he would get Kevin Hart in that movie and he'd fight Kevin Hart and it'd be absolutely hilarious. But I think the Olympic route would also be funny. And the only reason why is because, like I said, imagine Roadrunner running against Usain Bolt. Or imagine Tasmanian Devil doing flips through the air like Simone Biles. Or Lola Bunny, swimming with Michael Phelps or Katie Ledecky. I mean, we're in the middle of the Olympics right now. So when I saw that, I started comparing like Looney Tunes, yes, to Olympic athletes. And I was like, that would be kind of like cool to like watch and see how they did that.
That sounds.
I was like, that would be really cool.
Sound fire, but I don't think they're gonna do that.
But I think if you do that movie, you have to do it in 4 years. You can't do it right now.
For sure, but you got to bring in top actors like Michael Phelps, Simone Biles, and the flip and somebody else. They're not selling that movie. Like they're not going to be on the picture. Like, boom, here are the main folks that's catching your attention.
You also got to think about it too. Michael Jordan was a generational talent. LeBron James is a generational talent.
Simone
is a generational talent.
Think about it. It took them 24 years to make a sequel. Imagine
and they're saying they don't want to wait that long to make another one. And that's why I really have, like, when I saw these rumors, I was like, one, it doesn't make sense.
Right.
Two, who do you get and how do you do it? Dwayne Johnson is a worldwide known actor. Worldwide.
So, but
But the plot lines don't make sense.
Ryan Williamson to be the next one to do Space Jam. No.
No.
No. Don't do that. No, we're gonna I hate to do this, but we're gonna stop this topic and we're just gonna move on to the last topic. As you all know, the NBA draft is tonight. Free agency has started. A lot of free agents, a lot of teams have been in contact with players around the league. His lottery picks is going to be drafted tonight, going to the NBA or whatnot. So, fellas, this is a two-part question. Which player in the draft do you believe will be a steal? And two, which team will have the best steal in free agency?
That's tough. That second part of that question is very.
That's the second part. The first part is which team or which player
is a steal?
Which player? I personally like Cade Cunningham. I think
that's not a steal. He's going number one overall.
Look, I haven't finished the point yet. Hold on. Calm down. Hold on.
Well, look, you said a steal. He's one.
I'm going through it. Hold on. Cade Cunningham. Yes, I like Cade Cunningham. But it's something about Evan Mobley for me. Oh, yeah. It's something about Evan Mobley. I think it's not. He's a lottery pick, but you got to think about it. You got to really think about it. It's a lottery pick.
Okay.
Which team can improve with the pick though? That's the main question. Which team can really improve? I think whoever steals Evan Mobley will get defense and will get inside scoring, which they will need. Right now, I'm looking it up right now. I don't have it in front of me, but I'll look it up right now.
One of the guys that come to mind, it might be, I don't know if y'all know about him, but Josh Christopher from Arizona State.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if he goes into a system to where they need like a young guard to really like come in and not try to run the game, but play his game, I feel like Josh Christopher can come in kind of like Gary Trent, how he came in and found his spot and teams let him like play his game. Like, yeah, you shoot. You go to the hole, you go. Like, don't try to be passive and run this kind of do your game. So I feel like Josh Christopher, if he go to the right team, he could be a very nice sleeper or a steal pick.
So the first 5 picks they have this is from CBS.com. The first 5 picks they have Cade going to the Detroit, Jalen Green going to Houston at number 2, Evan Mobley going to Cleveland at number 3, Jalen Suggs going to Toronto at number 4, and Scotty Barnes going to Orlando.
I like another steal. I think personally a steal is Davian. I think it's Davian Mitchell, the other Mitchell.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
From Baylor?
He is literally Donovan Mitchell's evil twin. Like, I'm not talking about looks. I'm talking about actual like play. Like they literally play just like each other. Well, he plays like Donovan. So whoever he goes to, you're literally getting a Swiss Army knife. So
for sure.
I agree. They
say
got to go into the
Jalen
Golden
Suggs.
State. They got him going to Golden State.
I would like that.
I say Jalen Suggs, and the reason why I say Jalen Suggs is you can list at least 10 to 15 teams in the NBA that need a ball handling point guard.
we don't.
Why y'all naming top 5 players as steals? Why
Jalen Suggs will have a better career than Cade Cunningham. Put it. This is recorded, right?
Wait. Hold on, wait.
Remember this.
Hey, hold on, wait.
Jalen Suggs will have a better career than Cade Cunningham.
This one is a 6'7" point guard.
Hunter, say what you just said.
Jalen Suggs will have a better career than Cade Cunningham, and I'm about to tell you why. Cade has to have the ball in his hand, and Cade has to shoot 40 times a game to score 40 points. He's James Harden. Okay. When has James Harden succeeded and won a championship? 0. How many ball handling point guards have won championships?
Steph Curry.
A whole lot more that are past first. You can't tell me right now. You can't tell me right now if you put Jalen Suggs on the Lakers, it does not make the Lakers a better team.
He's not going to the Lakers. That's the
It doesn't matter.
Lakers,
If you put him on almost any team in the NBA that needs a point guard, it makes them a better team.
So Jalen,
Yes.
So where's Jalen Suggs going again? Where did he say it?
Houston.
Jalen Suggs in Houston right now. I promise you, he's not winning Rookie of the Year. And you talking about he gonna be better than Cade Cunningham?
I didn't say Rookie of the Year. I said better career.
He's
And
not.
you said
So you comparing that to like Zion Ja type.
Like he's gonna go to Houston, so that's his starting route. He's gonna be there probably for some years. If like you say, he's better than Cade his career, he's probably gonna stay there. I don't see him.
Wait, you said Jalen Suggs or you said
Jalen Suggs?
Jalen Suggs.
It's gonna be
They
better.
got Suggs going to Toronto.
Toronto.
Okay.
That Toronto team ain't the same team.
But
No. Honestly, that might not work.
But
Gary Trent there, you got it.
He said that Cade Cunningham gonna shoot the ball about 40 times.
He didn't do that.
And get like 40 points.
He didn't do that.
But he will be in Detroit
right now.
He didn't even shoot.
So
he's
shooting the ball 4 times
against Oklahoma State.
Chaz, what's your take on this? What do you think?
Yeah.
I like Jalen Suggs a lot. I have ever since I started watching him play. I think they're just two very different players. You know, you got to draft for your needs. But Hunter, I mean, I honestly agree with you in a lot of what you said. I don't think Jalen Suggs needs the ball in his hands nearly as much, and I've always been real high on him. Cade Cunningham too, but he is a lot more like a James Harden kind of player. And so I think it really depends on what you need as a team. But I like Jalen Suggs a lot. I've always liked him a little bit more.
And not just that. Here's my other opinion on Jalen Suggs. Jalen Suggs stayed another year at Gonzaga and could have went to the draft last year. He stayed with a team, not because he knew that they had a chance to win the national championship. He stayed to get more experience because he knew he wasn't ready for the NBA. He stayed through a COVID year. How many players did that?
Yeah,
not a lot. Where did Jalen Suggs end up at? Yes, they lost the national championship. But how many clutch buckets did Jalen Suggs hit through that tournament run to get them to that national championship game? He hit a half-court shot to send the game to overtime, for God's sake. Cade Cunningham was out in round 32.
We're not going to talk about the rest of the Gonzaga team. You're acting like he averaged 25 and carried them boys. Like
he did. Okay.
Jalen Suggs averaged 25. He did.
But you said that Jalen Suggs gonna have a better career than Cade Cunningham because he don't need the ball in his hands that much, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Is Klay Thompson career better than James Harden right now?
You're asking the wrong person because Klay Thompson's my favorite player. So don't say
at the rate is going right now. That could go either way.
Yeah,
Klay Thompson
ball in his
hands much, and he still is a good player because I'm a Warriors fan and all. So you're saying Jalen Suggs a guy like Cade Cunningham who needs the ball in his hands will have like the better career, which I kind of disagree. Like Cade Cunningham, he's gonna, get buckets, and so is Jalen Suggs. But if you're gonna have like a guy in Cade Cunningham that's just gonna, score and score and score, like how is he not really gonna have the better career if Jalen Suggs don't really need a ball in his hands?
Well, there's a lot of players that can put up crazy numbers, and then you'd pick someone who can score less. I think they're both going to be good players. It's not like to knock Cade Cunningham. It's more, I feel like I said, it really depends on what you need in the team though. If you need to draft someone who can score the basket, then yeah, draft Cade Cunningham. But if not, then I think Jalen Suggs will be a great player as well. Like I think it's more.
But how would better career if you don't have the ball in his hands as much as
I got something for you.
There's
Marcus,
a lot of on the
this
court.
is for you. This is for you, okay?
Mhm.
Jalen Suggs, 14.4 points a game, 5.3 rebounds, 4.5 assists, shot 50% from the field.
And watch this. Hold on.
I'm not done. Cade Cunningham. 20 points a game.
Yeah.
6 rebounds.
Yeah.
3.5 assists. Okay,
Yeah.
Cody. 43.8%.
Okay.
Shots per game.
Average.
Shots per game.
Go ahead.
Jalen Suggs, 15. Cade Cunningham, 25.
On an Oklahoma State team, who's his next best player?
Yeah, that's what
Oklahoma State.
Yeah, Oklahoma State is not really that good though.
Well,
But your chances of winning Rookie of the Year.
Has one player.
We'll say
Oklahoma
this.
State had one player.
Hold on.
Exactly.
Hold up.
Y'all,
I got something to say.
y'all keep your eyes out for what is it? Cam Thomas.
From LSU.
Your eyes out for Cam
Yeah.
Thomas. They got him going to Atlanta with
I
Trae
like that.
Young.
I like that. And he played
that
right?
That'll
They
be
got him going to
good.
Atlanta, and then they got Jared Butler from Baylor going to New York.
That's not going to be good. Not in New
Nah.
York. He's good. He's a good player. He can go somewhere else, though.
So Jared
Yeah.
Butler and Julius Randle on the same. Chris, why are you looking like that?
Sorry, I'm looking at my laptop.
I mean,
That's cool, but Jared Butler is more of like a
Cam Thomas's game reminds me
Hold
a
on.
lot
Wait
like
a
Kobe.
minute. I got something to say.
Go ahead, Xavier.
The chances are you also compare Jalen Suggs and Cade Cunningham, right? So the chances are your first overall draft pick, the first overall draft pick, winning Rookie of the Year are slim.
No,
So-
no, by no means.
Well,
I
like-
never
I think
said that
it's-
Jalen Suggs was the rookie year. I said Jalen Suggs will have a better career.
Okay, Jalen Suggs will have a better career.
I
That can go either way.
I don't know. We can't. I mean, I can't argue that because I'm not saying that I can't argue his point, but I can't make an argument because they haven't set foot on the NBA floor yet.
that too.
Yeah.
That's a
I
fact, though.
can't say that. I can't.
Sure.
I think
I just want to go at you said the shot attempts, but I mean, look at Gonzaga and then look at Oklahoma State. Like, just look at
Gonzaga's
But that's the
Gonzaga's
same
been
thing
good.
as going as look at the Chicago Bulls and look at the Pistons from back in the day. Okay, Mike still shot the ball a lot, and he had Pippen, Rodman.
You talking about Michael
everybody.
Jeffrey Jordan?
I'm giving you a comparison.
Man,
Michael
And
Jeffrey
then-
Jordan.
That's the same thing we can say LeBron James. LeBron still takes way too many shots for who's on his team.
All I'm saying is you said Cade had to shoot the ball 40 times. Let's go back a little bit further and go look at their high school stats when he was at Mount Verd and when Jalen Suggs was at when he was playing with Chet in high school. He was shooting the ball 25 times in Arizona. I promise you. It's when you're in a different program, when you have other good scoring players. He had Drew Timme. Of course, he's shooting the ball 14 times a game. Give it to your big man. He had 30 multiple games in a row. Why would you be going out there shooting 25 if he getting 30 a night almost?
But that's what I'm saying. He knows how to manage the game. Not just that. If you want me to go to coaching, we haven't seen a Duke player in a very long time have a successful career. And I'm
Zion. What? Zion?
I didn't say Zion
Jason Tatum didn't have a
hasn't panned out the way
career.
Jason Tatum. Okay, but
Jason
when
Tatum.
have we
Irving.
when have we
Bro,
seen
man.
Coach K's coaching make those players? Is what I'm
Bruh.
telling you. The
So
things
you
that
say-
they do in the league, they've done in college.
So you
Jalen
saying,
Suggs.
so you say
Jalen
saying
Suggs
every,
wasn't the player that he is today when he showed up on campus at
let's
Gonzaga.
rebuttal to that
Whoa,
dude
whoa,
situation.
Time out. Hold on, Xavier. You're saying Jalen Suggs in high school was not doing what he's doing now?
No, I said he's a better player because of coaching that he got in college, and he stayed an extra year.
Okay, give me one guy that was in high school, went to college, but was better in high school than he was in college.
I didn't say that.
You just said he got better because of coaching.
Yeah,
All
you
high
said
school
he got
players
better
that go
because
to
of
a
Honestly,
good
answer your question,
Chris,
Marcus.
Chris,
go ahead, Chris. Go ahead, Chris.
Go off your
Chris has
question,
the
Marcus.
floor.
I'm gonna say Sharif, bro. Sharif Cooper from Auburn, bro.
He
I
didn't
hate
get
to say
work.
it.
Look. But Chris, when you go to an organization where you're the number one and you don't have a number two, what I mean,
No,
you
no,
can't
no.
didn't
When
have
he
a
was in
number
high
two.
school, I mean, I don't know who else he played with. So it's like he was also the number one. I think he balled out better in high school than when he did at Auburn. He did enough to get drafted. That's just my take on it. I mean, to answer
But
the
he could have
question
did
on that one,
more. He could have did more.
for sure, I feel what you're saying. But I mean, it's when you're the only guy and you don't have help. I mean, you got to shoot a lot of shots. More times out of none, you're going to miss most of your shots. So it's like, yeah, you're going to look like you shoot heavy. But just imagine if Sharif had in high school, he played with Isaac Okoro. They went to the same high school.
Okay,
When they
yeah.
play together, Sharif, he's shooting the ball 14, 15 times a game because you got other help. You got a guy that can go get a bucket on his own. So like when you're forced to do everything on your own, well, not everything, but score mainly on your own, like no help. I mean, you're gonna be shooting bad shots. You're gonna be shooting bad percentages. That's why when Jalen Suggs went to Gonzaga, he was able to be in a system, in a rotation to where he didn't have to shoot the ball crazy. He got the ball, good looks. He can pump fake, kick it back over to Drew. Drew give it back to him. There's no Jalen Suggs, all you.
There was also several times throughout the season where Cade Cunningham fouled out.
Yeah, over aggressive.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just
but
that's not.
That's just basketball, though.
That's not
What
serious.
is fouling out? What does that have to do like with the?
Yeah, that's
I mean,
That was also one of my arguments.
Sometimes you just foul out.
yeah.
If you're the
just
best
being
player on your
over-aggressive.
team, you have to know that. You have to play like that.
That's why
How
he's
many-
19 years old, Hunter. He's
Yeah.
not 25,
Yeah.
26. The man is
You're going to the NBA. You got to know that. That's all I'm
he's
saying.
still the number one pick, and you saying he got to know
Yeah.
that.
And he's going to be a rookie. He's going to be learning. He's going to be learning
Yeah,
in the
like
future.
they gotta develop.
So we're gonna move on to the second. We're gonna move to the second part. Which team?
Lakers.
Okay, so I'm
was
actually
fast.
glad we got to this.
That was
So,
heavy.
Who said that?
Marcus, listen to this lineup, bro, because I had a
Oh,
conversation with
man.
somebody
Go
about
ahead,
this.
Chris. Go ahead, Chris.
Boy.
Listen to this lineup.
Okay.
You got Kyle Lowry at the 1.
Okay.
You got DeMar at the 2.
I'm loving it.
I don't know who's your 3 yet. I don't know that yet.
Wait,
but you
hold
got
on,
LeBron.
Chris. Hold on, Chris. Hold on. Wait.
Which team? Which team?
Hold on.
Which team?
This is for the Lakers. This is for the Lakers.
Yes.
Yeah, I like
Okay.
If
This
you can't
is
get
already.
both
This is
Kyle
already gonna go wrong.
How?
How are you gonna? How can you afford Kyle Lowry and
Jalen.
contract is
Jalen.
big.
See, who your team, Jalen? Who your team?
I'm a Laker fan. I am a Laker fan.
Jalen. Don't worry about what we got in our you know what we got. You know this. We can
So,
make some
I mean,
things
if we
work.
want to go off cap space, look at it this way. Because we had the same argument on last episode because Marcus asked that same question. Well, how y'all going to afford DeMar? How you going to afford? First off, he went to the freaking Spurs. I don't think
And he
money
said
is
he
an
had to
issue
pay
at this
for it.
point.
Yeah, he said he'll take a pay
No,
cut.
but you said getting DeMar and Kyle. How you gonna afford?
Because Kyle
Because
is
Kyle contract is not
Kyle
that
is
cheap.
not worried about money.
I'm
Y'all
looking
gotta
it
look
up
at
right
these
now.
players. You got to look at
Kyle and
the-
DeMar like each other too.
the point in their careers right now. They're not worried about money.
And
At
look,
the end of
think
the day,
about
they're
it.
worried about getting a chip.
and Kyle and DeMar can play again together on a championship team. They will take a pay cut together.
With 4 All-Stars.
They will take a pay cut. Like, they're not tripping.
You shouldn't overload your team like that. You
You
shouldn't.
I don't
should.
want nobody to
But that's
nothing.
not
Oh, okay. So Lowry's contract is a 1-year, $30.5 million contract.
Well, Toronto will buy that out. They'll buy that out. Don't worry about it.
1 year.
They'll be a free agent right after that. They'll buy that out.
I'm looking at DeRozan's contract now.
I think he's a free agent.
Yes, he is. But I'm looking up to see what
we can get him for a little 2-year, little slide at.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Back up. Let me back that lineup up. I'm sorry. Kyle Lowry at the 1.
Okay.
Buddy Hield at the 2. DeMar DeRozan at the 3. LeBron at the 4. AD at the 5.
Hey, listen, you're looking at the 22.
You think Kyle Lowry at number 1, Buddy Hield at number 2. Who at number 3?
DeMar.
And LeBron, and then AD. And then we can have Montrezl on the bench. THT
All
on
of
the
y'all
bench.
had the money.
No. 3 of those
They're
players.
gonna give up Montrezl. They're gonna give up Montrezl.
They're gonna, but you got to think about it. They're
Right,
gonna
David.
want players in exchange for those type of players.
Check this out. For DeRozan, we'll
Get your
give you
team right.
Kuzma. We'll give you Kuzma and KCP. Boom.
No,
Y'all want to give up
because
THT?
KCP had the highest 3-point percentage.
That's
on the
not.
team.
That's not enough.
You gotta keep him.
Respect, but he got to go.
I'm gonna give up.
And
I
then-
would get rid of Kuzma before I get rid of KCP.
Oh, Kuzma's in Shanghai by now. We're not talking.
No,
to him.
Kuzma is actually in trade talks of getting Buddy Hield.
KCP and Caruso. You gotta keep them two. You
Kuzma
gotta keep.
Are y'all gonna give up THT?
No,
Y'all gonna give up
we
THT?
can't. We can't.
THT's a unrestricted
Unrestricted
free
free
agent
agent,
right now.
yeah.
We
They already
can't.
let him
He can
go.
re-sign. He can re-sign for the men though.
Yeah.
I think the problem is too is it might actually Marcus actually scratched that lineup. It actually might boil down to who do you want? Do you want DeMar or do you want Kyle?
Kyle,
You gotta get one or the other.
I'd
gotta
rather have
get-
a point guard. Give me Kyle.
I'm looking at
that
Me
is the same.
personally,
how they would.
I
pull it off.
say give me DeMar. I'm fine with having a Alex Caruso start at the 1 because I still have Bron at the end of the day.
But you will still have Dennis Schroeder. You will still have Dennis Schroeder.
No,
But you will
That
have to,
man,
you will have to bump down his contract. You have to
Jalen.
bump down Dennis Schroeder's contract to get DeMar to fit in.
Jalen, you ain't talk to Rob. You ain't talk to Rob. Man,
No, I
Rob,
don't got Rob Pelinka number. I don't got this man number. I don't know.
bro. But listen, we gotta get. At this point, we only got 2 players on the team. We only got LeBron and AD, bro.
LeBron, that's all right.
That's all we got, bro. Like,
But I will say this. The Miami Heat is going to be the team to watch out for. This
why you
offseason.
say that though? But why you say that? Oh, and
Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal.
I'm gonna go to
They
state.
can get Bradley Beal.
oh, it's Bradley Bill. I thought you
Okay,
said-
so since money is an issue, how they gonna afford that? Because you got Bam. Then
Get
you have-
rid of Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson.
They're not. That's your
Give
two.
up
Not
more.
getting rid of Tyler Hero.
Damn, man. So you just gonna give her with?
Get rid of Tyler Hero. and
Yeah,
Duncan
but I'm not gonna
Robinson.
say it.
That's the only way you can. That's the only way you're gonna make it work. Because
'cause
Bradley
you
Beal.
have no backups.
So
Those are
what?
your
You,
backups
Who
essentially.
you got? Kendrick Nunn and the bro that played for Africa. That's your backup.
And Andre.
damn, you talking about Bam? No,
no,
we talking about President. We talking about President Chiba. We talking about President Chiba. That's what you talking.
That's your backup now. You want to get rid of your two shooters.
I don't know. It's weird. I also like the Knicks. I think the Knicks, if they can only get one player.
Who?
They can only get
All
one.
right, so who would you put over there? Like
Damn. Kawhi?
No, Kawhi's gonna-
No,
say
not
that?
Kawhi.
Kawhi, not Kawhi. But what about? I mean, Dame still haven't made a decision yet. Maybe New York
Dame
is trying
in
to
New
look out for him.
New York.
I think Kawhi resigns with the Clippers.
Kawhi's gonna resign.
Hey, I've seen something like 2 weeks ago. They were saying Kawhi possibly could go to Golden State.
No,
I don't want him.
I don't see it. Don't see
No.
it. Don't see it.
Look.
Don't see it.
They said this was the package. They were like they'd get rid of. I think they said Draymond
Yeah.
and somebody off the bench. It would be Wiggins. So Draymond and Wiggins will go to LA, and then Kawhi.
You'll
will be,
give up your Swiss Army knife?
Why?
I mean, I'm not saying Draymond can score,
Hold on.
but he does
For
everything
Kawhi?
else.
for Kawhi
No,
Leonard.
I'd rather keep.
So we're gonna okay. We're gonna go
I
back.
don't know.
We're gonna go back to the Lakers situation. So you mean to tell me, Chris and Mark, that you would not get Chris Paul?
Yeah, definitely.
No, I mean, I would get him, but I'm looking at it from the Lakers are not going to do it. Chris Paul doesn't.
Yeah.
Chris Paul already said he's not going to take a pay cut because he has to take a $40 million pay cut.
I see Ben Simmons to Golden State.
John
Ben Simmons
Collins,
to Golden State.
John Collins to the Knicks or the Heat.
No, he's staying with
John
ATL.
Collins to the Heat is pointless, to be honest. Not pointless. It's not pointless, but it's kind of like, what are you like? What you gonna do here?
It's like a double negative.
Yeah, because Bam.
Mike Conley.
No,
Now the Lakers could grab Mike Conley.
no, Joel.
I
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I'll
I
take
wouldn't
that.
mind
He's
seeing the
solid.
Lakers getting Mike Conley.
He's
I was
solid.
like-
He's solid on offense
Yes.
and defense. Like he's a solid guard.
Lonzo Ball.
They were talking about we might get him.
They talk about Lonzo might be coming to Charlotte. I'm
Is
gonna
it
go on my little tangent
LiAngelo?
on
Wait,
that.
wait. With LiAngelo already working out for
I'm
the
gonna go on my little tangent on that. Real quick.
Okay.
So it is a excellent, and I mean a phenomenal marketing move. If you talk about bringing
great.
people to Charlotte, bro,
Great market.
yes.
Yes.
But basketball,
Y'all getting smart.
I don't know. Victor
I don't know, bro.
Oladipo. Victor Oladipo.
And he in Miami.
He's about to
Who?
retire. He's about to retire, bro.
who?
Now he about to retire. Now he about to retire and have a single career.
Oh God, he about to be a singer, bro.
Jared Allen.
Who? Oh,
Jared
Hey.
Allen.
Bum. Besides blocking.
oh.
It's not no bomb.
You only saying that because he playing Cleveland.
I'm playing.
Hey, because he could come to LA now.
He come
You'll
to
give
go
up
to
who, though? You'll give up Marcus
straight to LA.
Who?
You'll give up Marc
Kelly
Gasol?
Oubre Jr.
You got picking right.
going
I'm
to-
giving up Marcus All for Jared Allen.
he's-
Chris?
I think
Hold on, hold
Kelly
on.
Oubre gonna go. Kelly
Jalen,
Oubre
Kelly
gonna go.
Oubre going to the Fabrics.
Would you give up? Chris asked me this wild question. Would I give up Marc Gasol for Jared Allen?
I mean, really
Why
think
would
about
you
it. You're
do
giving
that?
up.
Spencer
You're giving up
Dinwiddie?
playmaking.
I did see Spencer Dinwiddie. I did see the Spencer
I will-
Dinwiddie report.
I would
With
take
him-
that Chris, because of
Yeah.
age. I would take that because of age. Marc Gasol,
Okay, I see where you're going.
he plays for us. He does when he plays, he does good sometimes, but he can't play for minutes we need. Then we got to bring in undersized Montrezl Harrell. Did he get some foul trouble? Then we gotta-
Montrez need to go. Montrez need to go.
no,
he need to
bro.
go.
Yeah,
He need to
Montrez
go.
gotta go. Like if
He
you're
need
gonna
to
trade
go.
somebody big for him, then Montrez gotta like go
So
somewhere.
listen, this
Hey,
is the
Jared
problem that I have with Frank Vogel
Respectful.
throughout the whole Lakers season. He didn't know how to use Trez. He was trying to
Exactly.
start
Trez
Trez at the 4 and have Andre Drummond at the 5. That don't make sense. Why you have 2 players in the paint? Get him out the paint, you freaking weirdo. That's why he needs to keep Trez. I personally, I hate to say it, I agree with Marcus. Get rid of Mark. Keep Andre because obviously that was the first
for
year.
sure. For
You
sure.
don't know. I don't know what
Talking
Andre
about the
had.
Morris twin. You talking about the Morris?
No.
No.
Marc
Keep Andre
Gasol.
Drummond.
Yeah.
But keep Andre Drummond, keep Trez, and keep AD, of course.
And
Mark,
then-
those are three big
the only thing I would say with Mark is phenomenal with passing the ball.
But
and
look
getting
though,
ball.
but look though, Jalen, we don't need that. You're right, absolutely. But if we had a dominant center, like it's only 2 dominant centers, but if we had a center that we trusted for real to start, then Marc Gasol could be that second guy off the bench and do what he do. But it's like Frank Vogel, Frank Vogel be trying to start him sometimes. Then he be trying to have him play.
I don't
for a
think,
whole
yeah,
half.
Trez wasn't
but look
utilized.
at Frank
I was
Vogel's
confused
coaching
with
throughout
that.
his
I was really
career.
confused with that too. I was like, why Vogel got 12 different starting lineups?
And
throughout
then
the
Montrezl
And
start.
he did it he did it playing against Phoenix. He
You see what
changed it
happens.
like 5 times or anything. I was like, bro, what are you doing?
But
You
look
try
at,
to have-
but look at
but
his
my-
coaching during his career at Indiana. I mean,
But
he
my
had
top
Roy
3.
Hibbert, he had PG-13, and I mean, even with Roy Hibbert, I mean, he threw other guys in the paint with Roy Hibbert, who, you know, for his size, I mean, he was massive.
At
Why
one
do
point-
you need another man in the paint when you have Roy Hibbert? So going back on Chris's point, you don't need
Indiana.
another man in the paint with Andre Drummond
Or AD for that matter.
or AD. Yeah.
So I think Trez wasn't used right. So no, I wouldn't get rid of Trez.
Yeah.
I didn't understand why he left the Clippers in the first place.
Oh, that was because of bad blood. That was why he
bad
left.
blood and one. I mean, we just won a ring the season before, so he, you know what I'm saying? He thinking like, hey, shit, I'm gonna go join them boys. I know they can repeat. They got Bron and AD. I know they can do it again. But no,
Yeah,
we should have just had
Yeah.
Bron and Montrez on the floor. Like that should have been if AD was out, bring Montrez in. Like, don't try to have Montrez, AD, and Drummond
I just want to know what Trez
Yeah,
did
yeah,
to
don't
not
yeah,
play
don't
at
stack.
all in the playoffs.
Don't
That's
stack
all.
all our
Yeah, don't put three bigs
Chris,
on one.
I'm still
one
thinking
court.
about the ball. I'm still thinking about the ball situation. If they do land that,
Who?
Charlotte.
Ball
If
brothers.
they land Lonzo, yes.
I mean,
That team will more than likely will be the Atlanta Hawks of what we saw in the playoffs.
No.
Okay,
I mean,
here's
that's-
my issue.
No.
Here's my issue.
Be
This is
real.
what
Taylor.
this
Chris,
is where
they would
Taylor,
No.
be real, Jalen.
this is
Be
where
real.
MJ where he gets on my last nerves with this. He'll literally look at every other situation except the problem at hand. We need a big man. I'm tired of seeing Biombo and Cody Zeller. I need an actual big man, bro. Charlotte fans be quiet over here. We need a big man.
Listen, bro, y'all have to retire that number 0, bro. Y'all gotta retire Biombo, bro. You have to. That
I'm
man be
literally
playing.
put Cody Zeller on the bench. But I think I said this in one of our chats, bruh. Trade for Miles Turner. Please give me Miles Turner. I don't care. We could do anything else. Just give me Miles Turner.
Bro.
That's a solid. I like that.
He don't have to be great. He don't have to be a great big man. He just got to be decent, and he's been decent in Indiana, so he could be decent in Charlotte.
And then we might need to get rid of PJ. PJ got some personal issues I need him to take care of. I think that might actually transfer over into basketball. That's why he didn't perform well in the play-in. We might need to get rid of PJ. Yeah, so that's just my take on that.
I think I know what you're talking about, Chris.
Yeah, we need.
Okay,
PJ,
so
go
look,
business, bro.
Chris, do you keep Devontae? Do you keep or you trade Devontae Graham?
I had got into a huge argument with somebody about this because they said no, keep him, and I said get rid of him because if you're talking about Lonzo, I'm sorry, if you're talking about if we're bringing on the Ball brothers, if you're talking about,
so you're getting rid of Rozier and Devontae then?
No, I'll keep Rozier. I would actually get rid of Malik Monk. If Lonzo were to come, I would get rid of Malik Monk.
He hasn't been consistent.
He kind of has, but Charlotte is just so guard heavy. Cause sometimes I look at his stats, he's not hurt. He just get a DNP because they're so guard heavy.
And he's playing when he was playing in the last half. I feel like that was more so. This is the business side of it. He was playing more so because the team was like, look, deep down, you might be on the way out the door. So he balled out because he's looking at as far as trade value. So potentially Lonzo coming. So you would have Lonzo starting. Then you would probably have Melo at the 2. And you would more than likely have Gordon Hayward at the 3. Maybe Miles Bridges, depending on how they do that. Then you would probably, I don't know who the 4 would be. We keep PJ, still be PJ. But then if we get Miles Turner, it'll be Miles Turner at the 5. Hey,
I'm going to keep it real, Chris. That whole situation with PJ, what PJ Washington got going on right now, that's really about to mess up his career.
It is.
No cap.
It is because it literally, like, aside from a PR perspective, but like, I don't know what she did to my man. Well, actually, I do know what she did to my man. But
I know what she did.
Yeah, bruh's playing. He just went down. And I think from that point, now granted, I think the baby might have had an effect on that because I think the baby was like born right before they got into playing. So
I just seen her Instagram. She deleted all of her pictures with him.
All of it.
So I know he's not going to be the same in Charlotte this season.
That man is not going to be the same mentally.
Cass, let me ask you this: which player do you feel is going to be the surprise trade in all of this? Do you have in mind?
Honestly,
In regards to like the NBA free agents, we're talking about free agents and whatnot. Which player do you think will have the most like impactful? Like, which player do you think will surprise you if they are traded?
If they leave?
Yeah, if they do leave.
Honestly,
I was asking Chad. Go ahead, Chad.
Yeah. Geez, all right. Let me look at what I wrote. So like, all right, for me, the big thing this offseason, I mean, we've been talking about it for a while, was really just Lillard, where he's gonna go if he's gonna stay, and then Ben Simmons. I think you would have
Steph, Clay.
It doesn't work to me, like I think it'd be kind of one or the other, which is why I think it's gonna be so hard for him to succeed anywhere, because it's like you need, like, right now, like the way his mental is, he can't be anything higher than the third best player. He can't be the 2. He probably can't be the third best player. So it's hard to find a spot where someone with that much potential can be that low on a team. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of a tricky situation.
Mm-hmm.
I see him. I personally see
so
Ben.
high on him.
I actually do see Ben going to Golden State. I would not be surprised if he does stay in Philly until the trade deadline before the All-Star break. I would not be surprised.
Honestly, Jalen, to be honest, I feel like that'd be way too late for him because just like Chad said, he's going to disappoint you again. Like unless he goes to another team, if he stays in Philly, he's just going to disappoint you again. Like I don't think right now. I don't think Ben Simmons has gotten any better.
Yeah, well,
I feel like.
Here's my thing. I didn't mean to cut you off, Chad, but I've just realized this. He's Australian.
What that mean?
Hold on. Why is he
what ethnicity got to do with it?
Why is he not improving his skills in the Olympics with his team?
Because he said he need to work on his game. That's what he told.
That's how you work on your game. That's how you do it.
In GED terms, working on his game is me working on his shot.
Big fact.
Yeah.
And
that's the thing too. Like you think about when
Especially the people who got GED, by the way. Respect.
All he could have been doing was shooting. All you got to do is shoot the ball more often. You get better at shooting. You know? Well, and then it's like it doesn't even matter how much he gets better though when he's scared to shoot. So it's like two parts of it. He's not aggressive and he can't shoot. So it's never gonna happen.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, but
He passed on a wide open jump.
He did.
yeah, that was an L of the century.
But really, that goes to show it's something bigger than basketball because like I don't know. You're 6'8", 6'9", bro, 210, you're almost LeBron. Just you having a lot of bad
without a jump shot. That's the way he
look at him when he was at LSU. That's not the Ben Simmons we have today.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons at LSU.
Listen, Ben Simmons at Montverde.
Oh my God!
Yes,
player,
bro.
Yes.
I thought
a complete player.
That's when he was really getting called. Right. That's when they was can really compare him to LeBron at Montverde. They were like, bro, he's doing everything.
Now, Hunter, that is one player to your question, what you asked earlier. Who was a good player better in high school than what?
Oh, no, I asked that.
Oh, you asked. That's at least one player I can think of is Ben Simmons.
Yeah,
but
he might as well retire.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Ben shouldn't retire, but like he's just a bum in my book. He's guilty until proven innocent.
Listen, y'all know how the Game Changers crew know how much I enjoy Ben. Y'all know this.
Here we go again.
What is there to enjoy? I mean, man.
I mean,
speaking. Hey, Marcus, I meant to ask you. Because and Chaz.
This is the last debate. We're gonna have to end it here, guys. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Marcus. Before I go, who you got winning the NFC East?
Y'all know my answer.
I don't know why you disrespecting me like that.
Oh, no!
I don't know why you disrespecting me like that, my boy. Hey, look, y'all boys. Got to see it through, my boy.
Hunter, who's your team? Who's your team, Hunter?
I don't have an NFL team.
Okay.
I'm completely unbiased. Marcus, I can talk about everybody.
Listen to me, Marcus. Listen to me. So you said y'all gonna win the NFC East. All right.
I know you don't think y'all is.
So,
go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
I don't got y'all winning the NFC East, Marcus. I don't even got the Giants winning the NFC East. I got Washington. But Marcus, you know you're gonna have to score about 40 points a game to beat all your opponents. But I'll say the Raiders, No,
I'm just gonna keep it real. That wouldn't even matter. That wouldn't even matter. It wouldn't matter.
It's defense. It's defense they gotta worry about.
Listen, bro.
Defense is the kryptonite of the Cowboys right now.
But Marcus, the defense with Micah Parsons. If y'all have not seen Micah Parsons at Penn State,
it's not
one person. That's one person.
Problem.
Okay,
you
got Micah Parsons, but okay, you only got one true cornerback in Diggs. Look at the
Got extra lean.
I ain't gonna keep taking the disrespect, bro. Cause who y'all got? Who y'all got?
What are you talking about for offense?
Jabril Peppers.
We got
Either
a better
side.
defense than y'all. We got better
Either
defense
side,
than
what y'all got?
Huh?
Jabril Peppers.
Which
We got
Simmons.
Yeah,
we
from
got
Michigan.
we got top 10. We got top 10 secondary, Mark.
Hey,
Adore-
come
they just
on,
got
Joe.
Adore
Come
Jackson.
on, Joe. Come on. You gotta name players, man. Come on, Joe.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
okay.
He coming
Name
up
players.
at players.
How
Like,
many team
you got a top 10.
Joe, how know your team before you? Oh my
Okay,
God!
look. Jabril Peppers, Logan Ryan, James Bradbury, our new cornerback, and Adoree Jackson. You got Darnay
Whoa.
Holmes.
Not Adoree Jackson from the University of South Carolina Trojans. That man been in the league for Don't want to hear
I'm
it.
glad you know.
That man been on 4 teams in his whole career. I don't want to hear that. He's not, huh?
You talking about like when you say name players, like you talking about like our rookies that we just drafted?
I'm saying no. You said you had
Anybody in general.
In general.
You said that. Yeah, you said top 10 defense.
So Joe,
We do have a top 10
your
defense.
star players on the New York Giants defense.
You said Jabril Peppers.
Oh, we got Leo, we got Leonard Williams, and then we still got Dexter Lawrence, who's going to have a breakout year this year. And we added Dan Shelton, who is a good run stuffer. That man is about 350 pounds. That man going to stuff Zeke. And let's see. I mean, I can go on and on. Blake Martinez. I can go on and on with our defense. So, without further ado, I have Washington football team, the New York Giants, Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles.
So you really think y'all can
That's
outscore?
not. That's
Y'all really
fine.
think y'all can outscore us, Joe?
Joe,
Y'all can
I'm
outscore us.
Even I didn't say that, but still.
I'm asking. I never said you did. I'm asking.
Okay, so
y'all can outscore us.
I mean, I'm not saying that, but with our defense, we have a chance to outscore y'all with our defense.
Defense?
Yes, our defense.
Okay.
Joe,
You're right. Hey,
I'm gonna pull a Stephen A on you right now.
Joe,
Lay
go ahead,
out-
Hunter. Go ahead, Hunter.
Hold on, Hunter. I'm gonna let you do it. We play y'all October 10th at 4:25 p.m. Joe.
Okay.
December 9th at
Okay.
1 o'clock.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit you up now. And I'm
Hey, you already
We're gonna
know.
do it. We're gonna
But let me tell you this. I think I told all of y'all this in the chat. As long as y'all got Jerry Jones and the Jones family running the Dallas Cowboys, y'all will not see a Super Bowl.
When you say
They
that,
said the same thing about the
I
Lakers
did-
and the Bus family, and look where they ended up.
Joe, I do agree with you on that. I do.
Now, okay, Hunter. That's
Wait. Did he just say
see what you're
the
saying, Hunter? I'm just side note, Hunter. I see what you're saying with that because it took them long enough to get there.
He disrespected.
They just didn't have the right pieces to
Did he say
get
the
there.
Bucks family?
But what did he say?
He was talking about. He made a comparison with the Jones family and the Bus family. Now, Kobe was the right player. He just didn't have the right people.
Right. Wait, what? How is that a good comparison? Like, but Lakers was still winning, championships though. Like Dallas.
I mean, the last one we won was 2010, right? That was 2010.
Yeah. At the time, well, at the time it was.
10 years is way different.
Then what? 25?
In 24.
In 24?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But went back to back in 2009 and 2010.
Back to the NFC. I just want to put that in there. Go ahead.
But Joe, I do agree with you, Joe. As long as we have the Jones up there, it seemed like we're not really headed in no.
You're not moving forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take that. Well, I wouldn't say we're not moving forward, Xavier. I feel like we're just like stationary, low key. Like we're not going. We're going side to side, really. Like
something always goes.
But y'all not fully complacent.
Look at it this way, Marcus. This is the way I tell.
Is known as
Cowboys fans.
Like Jerry Jones worrying about. He's not worrying about. In my opinion,
worry about the stadium.
Going to Super Bowls. He's worrying about being America's team because
it's all the image
for sellers and everything.
See, and Chaz just said it. It's an image. He's just worried about being in the middle. Yeah, he's worried about being in the middle. He's not really worried about, we need to go get pieces. I don't care if we got to get pay cuts, if we got to do whatever. Somebody got to take less money. We got to go get some guys that's going to win. He's just worried about being still in the top of social media and of just sports. Period.
He likes
This is what I gotta say about Cowboys fans.
He likes to have the spotlight on him.
Yeah.
He wants to make the decisions with his name signed on it.
Right.
That's why it took so long to pay Dak his money, and for him to it just took him that long.
But the problem
put it all that
with that signing the money, the problem is with that, you also signed Zeke to what, a 6-year, $90 million in what, 2018, I believe.
It could have been lower than that.
But
it could have been lower than that.
But now you're gonna have to give away some players because you won't be able to pay all of them. Like, even though your defense already stinks as it is, you're gonna have to release like guys like Jalen Smith, LVE. Like, you're gonna have to
Brandon Rush?
Hey, I got something to say. As long as if the Cowboys can be a healthy defense,
okay,
they might can go somewhere.
Talk to me now. Talk to me, Xavier.
That's what I'm sensing.
Because you got Sean Lee back, got Bender and
Israel. That's what I'm really sensing, that they could be a solid defense.
Bro, we can.
What people will think is I'm just saying it. Off of what they picked up this offseason, they could really do something.
And they're talking about.
I'm not worried about them. I'm more worried about them.
Because believe it or not, McCormick would have been a way better quarterback in college if he would have had the right coach, other than Will Muschamp.
He could have stayed another year.
Yes, he really could have stayed another year. He could have.
Besides Michael Parsons, how did the Cowboys really improve their defense? Keanu Neal, what's he going to do? He's getting old, man.
That DC,
we got
don't get started with the DC from last year. Do not.
We're not going to talk about that, Jalen. We're not.
Thank you.
We're not. Because he told them
he said will get better this year, but they're not going to be like as good.
But look, though, Joe. Look. This is why I'm kind of happy with our defense. Yeah, we got some old guys, but we have a lot of young guys that can come in and just be like a replaceable guy. Like, it's not like we're signing all these old veterans for the time being. Like, now we were signing 35-year-olds, 32-year-old guys. Like, all right, now we're going in the wrong direction. Y'all just we're not going to win a Super Bowl this season. And we're talking about getting the corner from Miami, Xavier Howard. So that falls through. I don't want to hear
that's up for grabs for any team, to be honest with you, because that is
but you have to give up
a solid defensive player right
there.
You're
gonna have to give up. You know how much you will have to give up to get a guy like Xavier Howard.
I mean,
you know how much you really have to give up. You're gonna have to give up about a first-round pick. You probably have to give up.
We don't do nothing with them anyway. They can have them. We don't do nothing with them. They can have it. Have it. You want a first-round pick? Here you go. We don't do nothing with it. We don't.
Here's my thing, Marcus. You know the best thing about the 2021 season for Cowboy fans?
What's that?
It's impossible to go 8-8 anymore.
I mean, either we go 9 or 7.
Wait, so honey, you're not a Cowboys fan anymore. 7. You just.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm never a Cowboys fan.
Mark, I'm gonna end it off like this. Mark, where do you see the Cowboys? How? I'm gonna reword it like this.
Like the record?
Yes. Like, where do you see them finishing at?
Yeah. So we're playing 17 games this season.
Y'all beating the Buccaneers week 1?
Y'all winning week 1? I want to hear this.
No. Look, this is how I'm a judge. I can't answer that question yet, Jalen, because I got to see week 1. If we don't even have to win that game, we don't have to win. As long as we do not get blown out and we put points on the board, that's going to tell us. That's going to tell me really basically everything. If we can compete against the defending Super Bowl champs, of course it would be nice to win the game, but if we can compete and make it a 4-quarter game, bro, we got some things we can really like. We got some future, but like,
and that's how I feel. That's how I personally feel with Carson Wentz. If we compete with Carson Wentz, yes.
For sure. That's all it is, bro. If we can compete week 1 with all of them young defensive guys and Dak coming back for a full season, hopefully Zeke, they say he lost like 20 pounds. Our receivers I love our receivers.
Washington. Y'all not gonna be watching for that division. So I'm just gonna say
Washington loaded, man.
See, I ain't gonna lie. We could be in a wild card game.
I can see
that.
Maybe a wild card.
I can see that.
I'm just saying, looking at, I mean,
Yo, we will be better than y'all. Point blank. Period.
huh?
If y'all fourth, we're third.
I think I think
what?
the AFC East, the NFC East, not the AFC East, the NFC East will not be the worst division. Is what people.
As long as there's nobody under 500,
I
we
promise.
good.
But look,
Joe, we're better than y'all, bro.
offensively,
We're better than y'all.
I'll give you that.
Y'all just have a better.
Offensively,
We're better.
but defensively, we're way better than you guys.
No.
We got a top 10 secondary, and Blake
What you gotta do last
Martinez.
season?
Blake Martinez is a tackling machine. He led, I think. Well, he didn't lead all middle linebackers in tackles.
Jalen Smith.
But he's a tackling machine. Okay, and we got Troy Jackson. I mean, we can match up well with your wide receivers. James Bradbury can get on Amari Cooper. He didn't do squat against James Bradbury at that point. Michael Gallup.
At that point,
Adoree can get on Michael Gallup. Darnay Holmes can get on CD. And then we have Jabril Peppers and Logan Ryan waiting
really trust
for all those receivers just in case.
You really trust
down the whole line.
So you're trusting.
Yeah.
No, there's no way you're trusting your cornerbacks and safety against a healthy Dak Prescott.
What is that? I mean, but
What is that?
okay,
Listen,
But the question is, how
Okay,
is Kyler going to play this year?
So,
After that coming back from that injury.
Mark, this is okay,
Dak
Mark.
gonna be
This
wide.
is a golden question.
And
This
don't
is the
forget
golden
about
question.
our new
Is
edge
Dak?
rusher,
Will Dak
Azeez.
Prescott? Go ahead, Chad. I mean, go ahead, Joe.
And don't forget about our new rookie edge rusher and Azeez Ojulari, who we drafted from Georgia. He could be, one of the top edge rushers in years to come if he just, developed correctly with the New York Giants. So we're gonna see.
Yeah, I got pounds, but
Yeah, we're about to wrap it.
if Ryan Fitzpatrick plays good, just good, I think the football team wins it. I think all he has to do is play decent, and if the defense is the way it was last year, I think Washington wins it.
But at the same time, Chad, y'all will still be a good team without him too, because Heineken actually.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like if
Heineke played that one good game, but just because Heineke played that one good game doesn't mean that he's going to be he was going to be this great quarterback.
So Joe, Joe, okay, look, if you would have played bad, then what would be the narrative?
Well, Fitzpatrick literally his whole career has been he explodes for 4 games. He gets you to where you need to go when someone's hurt. He gets traded. That guy gets hurt. He's a starter for a year. They think he's great. He gets traded. He plays garbage, gets benched, gets traded again. And it repeats and it repeats and it repeats. And all I'm saying is I need that 1 year of Fitzpatrick playing because he almost took the Jets to the playoffs 1 year. Y'all people forget that. And if we get that year, because the Washington roster this year is better than the Jets roster was that year. Sure. So if you get Fitzpatrick somewhere in between maybe 1 or 2 bad games, 1 or 2 great games, then they should be a lock for just as good as.
But honestly, that's why I feel like the football team is going to mix up. Like they're not going to give Fitz like the whole season, like either good or bad. I feel like if he's starting to play bad, I feel like they're a yank him.
Bench him.
Yeah, like they'll yank him out, and then like in the last 6 or 7 games, Fitz, you come back. Then he's gonna ball in them 7 games.
Exactly. Yeah.
Y'all gonna miss it by 1 game because he did, and then it's like, well, if Fitz. So honestly, bro, I mean, y'all could be number 1. Y'all defense is solid. Like that's hands down. Everybody's young. Everybody's signed. Contract sealed.
Yeah.
And y'all signed Jonathan Allen to a good contract, so that's a good deal for Washington.
Yeah.
But
she's right. We'll see.
All right, so we're gonna end it here, guys. I thank you guys for coming on doing part 3. Part 4 will be very soon. Hope y'all enjoy y'all.
It'll be football season when part 4 comes too.
Peace out.
Take care, everyone.
Hey,
let me stop it.